Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you on a super long as hell Saturday. I just got home from work. I've relaxed, had a good meal, and I thought about trying to make it, and I think what I'm going to do is I figured just kind of put my notes together, look at these games here on a quick live stream, but I'll clip it and kind of sort it out. Get one recapping the Bengals Titans game and one recapping the 49ers and the Packers game. Now, you got to understand, I did get to go back and watch what happened, look through it and everything. Overall, just great defenses today. And cold weather, too. You got to understand, both of these were also upsets. You're talking about two teams that had a first round bye. You're talking about two teams that were not wild card teams. They were the best all year. The Titans, number one in the AFC. The Packers, number one in the NFC. Right? I'm not going to let anybody on tonight. I'm going to be honest. I just want to get this taken care of and get some rest. Got church tomorrow. But again, number one team's going down. Right? Man, crazy. I guess I'll start with the earlier game. And I would say the bigger upset was more so Green Bay losing, because you got to look at it. 8-0 at home, have not lost a home game all year. They finished regular season 13-4, and the Niners were 6-3 in road games, which isn't a bad road record. Honestly is pretty good, but you literally iced the kicker because it was snowing. In the snow, Robbie Gould hit a 45-yard. We'll get to that in a second. We'll save that, and we'll look like more than just what won the game. But let's just go ahead and get into this here, folks. The Bengals and the Titans. Evan McPherson, who I believe went to Florida, hits a 52-yard field goal to win the AFC Divisional round. They punched their ticket to the AFC title game. Wow. Joe Burrow and the Bengals. I mean, how did the Bengals go from before 17 games, we had 16, obviously. They added one extra. How did they go from like a 2-14, never made the playoffs since the 90s or 80s or whatever? I mean, they have not been in this position for a super long time, but Joe Burrow coming through, and even though it was a defensive battle, he had a heck of a game. I don't have the stats written up on banners, but I can zoom in and we could look at it and talk about it real quick. Joe Burrow, 28-37, 348 yards and an interception. Ryan Tannehill, though, he had 3 picks. That was a big game changer. Like, on paper, Ryan Tannehill had a terrible game, which, quite honestly, even off paper, he didn't look too good. 15-24. He did throw for over 220 yards. That's good. He did get a touchdown. Derrick Henry was not in this game, so they turned to Foreman. Who is it? Dante Foreman. I don't think I've heard that name. 4 carries, 66 yards. A.J. Brown, he had a good game. He had a touchdown, 5 receptions, 142 yards. It's not too bad. Jamar Chase, though, he balled out. 5 receptions, 109 yards. Joe Mixon, 14 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Overall, this was – I don't know how I want to say this. I think that if you look at the stats, especially for, like, the Bengals – the scoreboard does not show for it. Like, what they did on paper stat-wise was great. But 19 points, if you see 19 points in a game, win or lose, you're saying, oh, they didn't have much offense out there. They did. They just couldn't. They didn't really score a whole lot. The Titans defense played well, but it came down to Joe Burrow putting them up in great position. Evan McPherson goes out there to kick the game-winning field goal, 52 yards. Oh my goodness. It was incredible. And Evan McPherson's only like a 1 or 2 year um rookie. He hasn't been there that long. In fact, actually, I think this is his first year. And again, he came from Florida. But I'm going to show this real quick and let y'all see just what exactly went down. Take a quick look and check this out. Evan McPherson, 52 yards. Again, I mentioned this was insane. 52. Swings the leg, McPherson. Wow. That height, the length, the drive, and the Bengals go to the AFC title. Again, we got matchups tomorrow. We'll find out who they're playing. And, of course, the Bucs and the Rams play tomorrow. We'll see who's going with the 49ers. But, man, I mean, what a game that was. Overall, again, get back to this real quick. There's really not much I can say on this one. I mean, I'm just going to make this short and to the point. There was a lot of great defense. I mean, it was an old school game. Not a whole lot of big plays downfield. Just offensive line play didn't look too good going back and watching it. Joe Mixon ran in a touchdown. Overall, you look at the scoring summary. Evan McPherson, 38-yard field goal, 45-yard field goal. Derrick Henry ran in 3 yards in the second quarter. They try to go for 2. Why that is, I don't know. Why not just go for the extra point? I mean, you'd still only be up 1. Evan McPherson hits a 54-yarder. Joe Mixon ran in. So it literally was like outside of a 33-yarder from A.J. Brown or for A.J. Brown from Ryan Tannehill, outside of that, it was old school football. It was great defense, and the run game made the scoring touchdowns and carried the offenses in this game. Again, you look at it too, on paper, Tennessee had more yards. Now, Cincinnati had more time of possession. I always look at the team stats, and I mentioned to you guys, like, this is what won them the game. So, looking at this, 345 yards to 353. Tennessee led in yardage, right? Which I don't want to say it's 9 times out of 10 that's going to help you win the game. Yardage doesn't matter. You could get a 99-yard bomb and get stopped at the half-yard line or something and not be able to punch it in or hit a field goal. What good is it going to do if you don't answer and get points on the board, you know? But here's the key factors. Outside of yardage, Tennessee had 3 turnovers to Cincinnati's 1. Cincinnati had 1 more first down. That can make a difference. And Cincinnati held on to the ball. Joe Burrow was able to make big plays, extend drives, kill the time. You know, if he was up in the game, they were going to kill the clock. They had a 20-second drive towards the end of the game. They get 4 plays in field goal range, good enough for McPherson in the snow, by the way, and he hits it good. I mean, it was incredible. And actually, I apologize. It wasn't this game he hit it in the snow. I'm thinking, and we'll get to the 49ers-Packers game here in a second. But this is the one, like, this is just so, like, insane. You know, going on the road, by the way. Like, Titans were at home. This is only their second home loss. Like, how crazy. Okay, the Titans went 12-5, right? And I'm sorry, this is technically their 3rd loss at home, but only had 2 home losses. They've been pretty good at home. And we'll get to the 49ers and Packers game in a second. Because the Packers lost at home for the first time this season, too. But overall, great defense in this game. But Joe Burrow delivered a little bit more completion-wise, yardage-wise, than Ryan Tannehill did. The only good thing you can say about these quarterbacks, or the only thing you could say about Tannehill that he had over Joe Burrow was, hey, he threw a touchdown pass and Joe Burrow didn't. But what does that matter? He threw 3 interceptions in this game. 220 yards isn't bad, but man, if you're throwing 3 picks in one game and the opposing quarterback only gets one, let alone even if he had 2, you still have more than he does. Turnovers are a big deal, and especially in the playoffs, and I think he saw that in this game here. But overall, again, game-winning field goal. Evan McPherson hits it long, by the way. And great defensive game. Evan McPherson going up, hitting it big for the Bengals to get a playoff win. And for the first time in a long time, Cincinnati will be in the AFC Championship next Sunday. Moving right along, folks. Just going to go ahead and get to it. Again, I don't want to be on here too long. The 49ers 13, Packers 10, Robbie Gould. What about this one? We mentioned the Bengals and the Titans 19-16. Evan McPherson gets a 52-yarder. Robbie Gould hits a 45-yarder to win the game. It was awesome. Again, I mentioned defensive game with the Bengals and the Titans. Same thing here. 49ers and the Packers going down to the wire. The final play of the game. It was 7-0 Green Bay at the end of one. Scoreless second quarter. San Francisco hits 3. They do get a touchdown plus a field goal, the game winner, to break the tie. I mean, if he missed it, it was going to go to overtime, unlike the Bengals-Titans game. Well, actually, the Bengals-Titans game was 19-6. So both of these came down to, hey, we're either going to hit this and win it right there, or if we miss it, we could still play extra time and go OT. But isn't it great to get it, on the game winner, which, look, well, I don't know what was more impressive, the 52-yarder for the Bengals that we just talked about, or the fact that San Francisco went on the road, played the top seed in the NFC in Green Bay, right, who got a first-round bye and everything. Talking about Aaron Rodgers. This team, Green Bay was poised to probably make the Super Bowl, let alone the NFC title next weekend. And San Francisco went on the road to Green Bay. Green Bay. Listen, Green Bay was 8-0 at home. They were undefeated at home this year. What was more impressive? The Titans and their hype and what they did, and just the season that the Bengals are having, which I think season-wise, Bengals are impressing me the most. But, man, Robbie Gould, my man, came through. Time expires, 45 yards, 13-10, and they upset the Packers. This was incredible. I got to go check out actual highlights of this later, I saw some of them, but, I want to go back and see more of it because that's insane. There was a blocked punt, you see. And the Packers, look, they started out the scoring. You look at the time of possession, they had that. They had more first downs. They had more yardage, and it was tied in turnovers. It just really, it literally was one of those, all you have to do is not give up a drive, and you could send this to overtime, let alone get the ball back, and maybe you could score Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. But again, I'll say this. This was an upset, and I'm kind of disappointed though. Right? I'm not going to say anything. I really don't hate the 49ers. I don't. I got no hate for them. I love Aaron Rodgers though, man. I was pulling for him. I was hoping for Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers in a playoff game, but damn it, San Francisco. Why? But congrats to them. They earned it. They got the W. They got the win. And we're gonna have, I mean, and again, we got the other games tomorrow, the Bucks and the Rams, and then the Bills and the Chiefs. Could those be just as good? Could those be defensive games too? I think they come down to the wire a bit, especially Buffalo, Kansas City. Quite honestly, I don't know if I expected this from these two games. Again, 19-16 Titans and Bengals we just talked about, and 13-10 San Francisco over Green Bay. Both upsets, both on game-winning field goals, and no team hit 20 points. This one, a combined score of 23, though. And then you look at it, a combined score of, 35 for the AFC divisional game today. But again, game-winning field goals. Defense wins championships. And defense is held up until they let the winning teams in field goal position, and they gave it up. But overall, you got to give props, and especially looking at this game here, Robbie Gould, 45-yarder in the snow in Green Bay to go and win it for San Francisco. What's up, Georgia Bulldog Will? How you doing? Gonna try to stream the AFC title. Okay, there you go. I guess I'll drop the link. I want to get y'all's thoughts on this because these were hell good games. Really, really good games. Loved it, man. Also, congrats on 100 subs, Will. I saw that, buddy. Whew. Won't be on here too much longer, but again, I dropped the link. I don't want to be up all night with this, but it only been on for 18 minutes. I don't know. Give me 1 second. I'll step aside and be right back. But if anyone wants to get in, there's the link. And again, I know it's late, but it's up to y'all. Doesn't look like don't see anybody in the back room, but let's see. Did I preview? Did I get it out for you guys? I looked at the Rams and and the Bucks. I looked at the Bengals and the Titans. Looked at the 49ers, and uh the one thing I did forget to do, at least getting it out and recording it, I did do the Bucks and the Rams, but I guess let's go ahead and look at the Bills and the Chiefs. I could at least go ahead and look at that for you. Hey, LW, how you doing, buddy? Another choke job? Yeah, it sucks for him. It truly does. Hold on one second. Sorry about that, folks. Talking to my grandmother. She was rambling on about something. I pretended to pretended to listen. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Where was I? Oh, yes. So we looked at the Bengals and the Titans and the 49ers and the Packers. I forgot to preview this one, but just to get it out now, and I'll upload it tonight, get it in before the game actually happens tomorrow. Let's go ahead and take a look at one game that I did not necessarily preview yet. The Bills and the Chiefs, AFC divisional round. Is this it for Josh Allen? I think I think the Bills are in a position, like I said, if you go back to this college football season, like Georgia, right? It's not that they won't ever do it if they don't do it this year, but this is the best opportunity and the best team that they would have to take advantage of an opportunity like this. This game is in Kansas City. This is 6:30 Eastern tomorrow on CBS on January 23rd on Sunday. Um, it's an AFC title game. It's a rematch. When you look at these teams overall, it's Mahomes and Josh Allen, two of the best in the league, two very young, unique, and amazing dual threat, very just incredible athletes, right? You look at these quarterbacks, 4,000 yards for both of them, 4,000 plus. The only thing, and this is how close it is too, 409, 646 for Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes, 436 of 658. 4,407 yards for Josh Allen, 4,839 yards for Mahomes. 36 touchdowns for Allen, 37 for Mahomes, 15 interceptions for Josh Allen, 13 interceptions again for Mahomes. Honestly, is it close? Oh, yeah, it's close. But the big question isn't necessarily if the Chiefs can't, I don't know what I'm trying to say. The big question is this: can the Bills finally do it? Like, the Bills could not be in a more nerve wracking situation because of who they're playing. Like, this is the team you want to play in the conference title game. If you're the Bills, like, you want to make the AFC championship, right? That's what you want. Well, who's the best team in the AFC right now? Kansas City. They have, let's just call it what it is. They have taken over the AFC with Tom Brady now out of New England. Um, 35 degrees in Kansas City, Missouri, by the way. And it's so close. They both are about 28 points a game, right? More yards passing for Kansas City, a little bit more yards rushing for the Bills. Overall, in yardage, I think scoring wise, it's pretty even, although it's 28.4 for the Bills, 28.2 for the Chiefs. So it's a little bit more scoring advantage for the Bills, but their defense is on fire. The Chiefs' defense is pretty good too, but they do have a player down, Rashad Fenton. You look at the last 5 games, the Bills have won 5+. I don't even know how many they've won in a row without clicking view full schedule, but they beat Carolina, New England, Atlanta, Jets, and then the Patriots again, and they blew them out big time just last week. Man, crazy. The Chiefs got the win over Denver, and then in Big Ben's final game, they blew out Pittsburgh. So both these teams are coming off or blowout wins, I should say. I apologize for saying it like that. Both of these teams coming off blowout wins. Big time. What do I expect? I don't know. I'm going to say the Bills win this game. Is it a shootout? I don't think it's a shootout. I mean, you'll see back and forth a little bit. But oh, God. It comes down to whose defense can handle the offense a little bit more, and I trust Buffalo's. Now, maybe you sit there and you say, well, I take Kansas City because they're at home and they played really good at home. They've only lost 2 home games. Well, the Bills are 5-3 on the road. They're one of the best teams. Buffalo is one of the best teams out there on the road when it comes to road games in the NFL. Clearly. Oh God. This is tough to call. I do have the Bills winning. I think it's down to the wire. I really do. But here's what I think it is, and I know that it's crazy, and I know it's going to be kind of low scoring, but not super low scoring. If you get what I'm saying, right? Um, I like super duper low scoring. Oh, this is going to be a defensive game. And again, I'll say it is not that I don't trust Mahomes. It's not that I trust Mahomes. But man, the Bills defense is on fire right now and at the right time clicking. At the right time. Got to give them props. Got to give it to them. I'm going to just go ahead and say 21-17, and I'll take the Bills. Maybe a game-winning touchdown pass to the end zone, or maybe their defense does get a stop on Kansas City. Either way. Now, if you're smart enough and you say, well, either a game-winning touchdown or defensive stop on Mahomes, you're probably going to say the better chance you win in one of those two situations is maybe because of just some weaknesses on the Chiefs defense, which just call it what it is. They do have a few, but it's still pretty darn good. You'd say Josh Allen is more trustworthy to throw a touchdown pass than the Bills' defense is to stop Mahomes because you trust Mahomes. Crazy. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be a fun game. I'm going to stick to the Bills, though. Buffalo will get the upset over the Chiefs. And again, it's a 1.5-point spread. I get that they say something like that, but honestly, I mean, this is a 4-point game here. What does it matter? 1 point, 4 points, something like that. I think it might surprise a little bit, but overall, I think the Buffalo Bills can stop a third straight year for Kansas City being in the AFC championship, let alone possibly going to the Super Bowl. But we'll see. But I'm sticking with Josh Allen, my guy, and Devin Singletary and everybody, Stephon Diggs and company in Buffalo. So yeah, I pretty much previewed the games for tomorrow. Again, I'll clip those and upload them tonight for you guys, and then I'm heading to bed and all that. But those will be some good games. I'm excited. Man, come on, Wisconsin. Bro, this guy Tom Grossi got us 100. Congratulations. Um, but I mean, come on. I don't buy into that stuff. Try not to, at least. It's fine. K. James B., welcome. Good to see you in here, sir. Watching highlights on NFL Network, and all I can think of is Joe Burrow took 9 sacks, still played better than Aaron Rodgers. Not his fault. Special teams let Green Bay down. That was just great. Yeah. Okay. I noticed that, and I apologize for not mentioning it when I covered and went back to that Bengals game. But yeah, how the hell do you take you take 9 sacks in one game and still win it? Not necessarily on off. I mean, special teams because of game-winning field goal, but dang, I mean, come on. I gotta give props to Joe Burrow there. That was crazy, man. 9 freaking sacks. I apologize again for not mentioning that because that's a huge deal. I mean, if you take more than maybe 3 sacks in a game, that's ridiculous. What?
I'm going to make some bacon wrapped dogs too.
Yes.
I'll cook them.
Thanks.
I'll cook them all.
Okay. Oh. Packers special teams coordinator out of a God. I'm not even gonna on behalf of Packers fans. I feel sorry for y'all. I'm not even gonna get into that conversation. Wisconsin sports fan, Green Bay, Wisconsin. So Wisconsin sports fans, a Packers fan, pulls for all the teams in Wisconsin. I'm sorry your team lost tonight, man. In all honesty, too, by the way, I was pulling for Green Bay and Aaron. I love the Packers. I love Aaron Rodgers. I love Aaron Jones. I love all those guys, man. I do. Oh God, I was pulling for them. It is what it is. At least it was competitive. It's not like they blew you off the field. Which real quick for you guys in the comments section, that's a good question. Is it better to see your team get blown out? Okay, let me type this up for y'all. Because we're going to make a segment on this here. Okay. Hear from y'all in the comments. And again, on the stream, we only got 3 or 4 watching. But for those that are listening or whatever, type in the comments. Is it better for your team to just get blown out, get your tail whipped, and go home, or actually play a close game where you get your hopes up and then get your heart broke? Because think about it. Like, I was devastated with the 44-16 game, right? But man, could you imagine how I felt thinking, like, think about it. Georgia fans, I don't want to hear you cry and complain anymore when I bring it up because you got yours over Bama, right? You got it, all right? So I can bring this up now at any given time. I know how you feel about 2nd and 26. You had a chance and you blew it away. You gave it up. It's not giving it up if you get blown out. You just get blown out. You have a bad day. You call it quits and you go home. But if you play a close game, especially one possession, like these ones today with game-winning field goals, you have a chance. And then what? You get blown off the field. You get your hopes up. So let me ask y'all in the comments, and I want to hear from you. Would you rather just get your tail whipped, get blown out, go home, shake it off, and learn from it, or get your hopes up, get all excited, we got this, And then all of a sudden, at the last possible minute, last second, last play of the game, your team fails. What's worse? What's worse? What's better? Hear from you guys in the comments, man. Think about that real quick. Would love to hear from y'all. Because I honestly, man, I hate, like I said, I was devastated by that 44-16 blowout. But, like, man, think about how I've reacted. Y'all saw the reaction to the Georgia game. You know? I'm like, oh my God, no, don't blow us out like this. No, pick six. It's crazy. I guess it depends on the situation and who you're playing, right? I get, I don't know. I hate to see my teams get blown out. I really do. But I also, I hate getting my hopes up. Nerves getting to me, and then it makes it worse because you know that there's still a little bit of light. And then your nerves get all, it gets worse because, dang it, you blew it. You blew it. So close game or just take the loss, get blown out, and don't get your hopes up at the end. I don't know. I mean, a loss is a loss. I guess it doesn't matter, but all right. Looks like no one's going to answer the question. I don't know. I mean, I don't care. Whatever. Appreciate y'all stopping in. I don't know. It's fine if y'all don't answer. I don't care, but I love y'all to death. I mean it. It is late. I got church tomorrow. It's 26 degrees here, by the way, in Coleman. It's crazy. 26 degrees. But I previewed tomorrow's Bills Chiefs game, and then I recapped again game-winning field goals on both the Bengals and the Titans. Bengals 19-16. Evan McPherson hits a 52-yarder to win it. And then in the snow, by the way, 13-10, Niners over the Packers. Robbie Gould hits 45 yards. So both of these were like 40-plus yards. Final play of the game to practically win it. And again, we'll find out what's going on tomorrow. Who's going to play the Bengals? The Bills or the Chiefs? And again, I have 21-17 Chiefs, and it's not one of those, oh, you're sleeping on Mahomes. You can't do that. It's not a sleep on Mahomes. It's just more so, man, I believe in Devin Singletary and company and Josh Allen and Diggs and everybody that they have. And I think the Bills are just set up. I don't know. At some point, man, somebody's got to stop the Chiefs. At some point, one of these years, it's got to happen. This might be that best opportunity to do it. In fact, I mean, I guess my prediction is wrong now. I think the Bucks will win tomorrow. I think I would, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and say this. I was saying Packers Bills because I thought the Packers would just run away with it, but obviously losing today they won't. But I'm gonna go Bill. I still think the Bills will make the Super Bowl, and then I guess at this point, man, you can't sleep on Tom Brady. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay Gronkaneers, man. Dan Patrick came up with that when Tom and then Gronk came over. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I love you guys. Jesus loves you. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, folks, Ballard Sports Media checking out. Love y'all. Peace out. And as always, from a Bama fan, roll Tide. Love y'all.
Roll down Tide.